Hey everyone. So one of the things that I ran into with my sales agency when I was trying to sign a new client was really portraying the value and how we're going to help the client move the needle and help their business grow. So what I thought would be interesting today would be to share some tools, some calculators that we use to help us sell our services. And by no means is this a full list of things that we use in terms of trying to close new customers. I'm just going to focus on the calculators we use. So we use some other techniques and whatnot. So with that said, let's get into the calculators. First of all, my name is Patrick Spielman. I'm the founder of Uptics, and we help B2B sales teams launch and automate outbound sales campaigns, pack their deal pipeline, and drive top-line revenue with our sales automation platform, Uptics. So let's get into the calculators. By the way, I'm going to give you access to the spreadsheet. There's a link down below to our Google Sheets document. So go ahead, click that link, and download this file, take it, make it your own. And I hope it helps you close more sales. The first one I'm going to go over, and all these are really ROI calculators. So for those prospects of yours that are really numbers driven, they're data nerds and stuff like that, you're going to want to use something like this to your advantage. If you're with a prospect who maybe isn't as numbers driven, you may not want to use something like this. But what I've found typically, especially if you're working with business owners, is they do like seeing numbers. So because really at the end of the day, it's about the money. So this first one is a simple tool where you can plug in what their current annual sales are, maybe their current net margin, and then plug in what you could expect to help them in terms of increasing revenue. And so you're just going to input a percentage into it, and then you're going to enter what your services might cost. So just enter your annual services, and what it's going to do over here is it's going to spit out where you could potentially see their sales increase to. You may actually have a net margin change. So there's one thing to keep in mind. Right now, I've got this set to the same as their previous net margin. But in a lot of businesses, as you might know, that you have a lot of base expenses. So if you're able to increase their sales, their net margin might actually go up. But to be conservative here, let's put in 20%, projected net profit, and then total improvement. It's going to give you ROI. So, in this case, you might want to, play around with this. Enter some different numbers into it, and obviously make your ROI very, very attractive for people. So this is more of a revenue focused ROI calculator. The next one that I'm going to go over it's really, really simple, where we're going to project how many meetings that you could book. So if you're somebody that's just focused on appointment setting, you can enter the number of meetings that you're looking at helping them add per month. Estimate what percentage they close at. That's going to get translated into the number of clients per year. You're going to input basically what their average client is worth to them every single year. And then it's going to shoot out a projected revenue increase. So you may actually want to use this in conjunction with this return on investment calculator, where you could then take it and estimate a revenue increase. So, if you're looking at higher numbers and stuff like that, you can check that out. So in this case, it's going to translate, and we're going to show net increase. So there's going to be net profit increase, but obviously the increase in sales is a little bit different. We're actually going to show projected increase in revenue, and then service costs and an ROI. So this one's pretty simple. Again, use these in combination with the ROI, return on investment calculator, and the simple one. The last one I want to go over is an acquisition matrix. So this is going to help you. It's almost kind of a combination of the two previous ones in a simple format. So in here, you're going to want to put your prospects numbers. So you want to enter their average annual client revenue. So what's their average customer worth to them? Input what their closing rate projected would be, how long they keep their customers in months. So if they keep their customers, for 2 years on average, and they have a gross margin after direct expenses of 50%. And let's say you want to advise your customer, if they're in a really high growth mode, they want to spend a certain amount of money to acquire new customers. This is on the absolute high end. You don't want to go under 33%. That's if somebody's in really, really aggressive growth mode. These are probably for people that, you know, have recurring revenue and have a long-term, they keep their customers for a really long period of time. You can typically spend a lot more in terms of marketing. But let's just say you want to shoot for a 15% maximum marketing spend. Then you're going to enter the number of sales meetings that you get them. And basically what's going to happen, it's going to spit out how many new clients that they're going to expect to get each and every single month, and their total lifetime value per client, the max they want to spend to acquire each customer, and then the acquisition costs of your service. So basically all this is going to do is going to take your service cost and calculate it and break it down into a per client service cost. So actually in this calculator, you need to just update what your service cost is. So right now I have a retainer plus like a booking fee service cost in here. So you just want to update this formula. And essentially what it's going to do is it's going to show what the new annualized revenue is going to be every single, or over a 12-month period on a month-by-month basis, which kind of helps, again, justify your expenditures for your, you know, marketing or lead gen service. You could also add, you know, a projected ROI and stuff like that in here. So it's pretty flexible. But these 3 different tools I've used in, you know, a lot of different sales settings to help sell customers, the data-driven ones. At some point, you don't want to calculator them to death. You may just want to pick one of these and maybe make a little combination, something that works really, really well, and let your prospect, when you're going to sell them, help you fill this out so that you're basically, they're almost kind of selling themselves in a way. Okay, so you want to have their input, you know, make sure you're asking them what their close rate is and stuff like that, because you want their buy-in. You don't just want to, you know, type this up and send it to them without getting any input. They won't have as much buy-in. So you want to make sure that you fill this out with them and just pick and choose which one of these templates that you want to use. So one of the things, you know, I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can take this, you can make it your own. You can make a copy. So just come up into the file here and click make a copy, and you can save this into your files. I hope it's helpful. Hope it helps you, you know, kind of sell, close more clients using some of these numbers. So that's all I got for you today. If you found some value in this, I'd love if you'd subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get alerts every time we launch a new video. And if you got a lot of value out of it, then I'd love for you to check out Uptics, our sales automation platform. You can get started absolutely free. There's a link down below in the description. You get started, check that out. We'd love to hop on a call with you, especially if you're an agency, to you know, meet with you, maybe customize a solution. And we're always doing some things in the background that you're not maybe able to see on our, you know, marketing pages and whatnot that you could get early access to. So download this spreadsheet, check us out, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.